My reactions to week 13 of the 2024-25 NFL season, starting with Thanksgiving, Thursday night football, or Thursday football, the first game of the day, Bears at Lions. Um, as a Lions fan, this game at the time it felt like a loss, even though we won, because honestly, the first half we were up by 16, but we probably should have been up by more. A credit to the defense for the Bears for pretty much keeping the team in the game. They forced a fumble on Jameer Gibbs and were able to stay in the game, only being down by 16 at the end of the first half. And then the second half, Caleb Williams and the Bears offense got hot. Um, and the Lions couldn't really do much in the second half. I think they did score a touchdown to Sam Laporta. He had like two touchdowns in the game. But what worries me about the Lions is their defense is depleted right now. Their players keep dropping like flies. Or our players, I'm sorry. Because technically they're playing, so that's why I said there. But yeah, honestly, as a Lions fan, this game definitely I feel definitely a certain type of way about this game because, like I said, we're dropping like flies. We need to get healthy, honestly, because I truly believe as a Lions fan, that if we're healthy, there's no team beating us. There's no team gonna stand in our way, especially with the Niners and their injuries. But we just need to get healthy, man. Honestly, at least defensively, because offensively we're doing really well. Um, we've been kind of slow the last few weeks, but I believe that will pick up. That we will pick up offensively. We play the Packers tomorrow, or not tomorrow. 2 days from now. Hopefully we win. We're playing in Detroit, so I think we will win, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, we need to get healthy. As far as the Bears go, Matt Eberflus, he practically gifted the Lions that win. He definitely deserves the game ball. On the Lions side, there was like I think Caleb Williams took a sack with like 40 seconds left. They had the ball, and for whatever reason, they just didn't call a timeout, which shocked even me. I was like, what the heck is going on? But hey, we'll take the W, man. Honestly, but yeah, I am worried about the Lions and their injuries. That's what worries me. That's pretty much the only thing that worries me about the Lions right now is their injuries on defense. But it was still a good game. Giants at Cowboys. The Giants. Or by the way, the Lions won the game. If it wasn't obvious, 23-20. But Giants at Cowboys. The Cowboys were destroying the Giants. They were up by 17 points, and then the Giants were kind of able to make it a game. Well, I think they scored like a field goal or a touchdown in garbage time. I could be wrong, but yeah, the Cowboys, they've won the last two games. One of them was against the Commanders, who are a very good playoff team, but I still think that the Cowboys season's over, honestly. I don't think they're making the playoffs. They dug themselves too big of a hole, and I don't think that they can climb themselves out of it. But we'll just have to wait and see, because they did play better at home, but I feel like that says more about the Giants than it does the Cowboys. But we'll just have to wait and see. As far as the Giants goes, they look like they've given up on their coach, Brian Daboll, and Yeah, they need a quarterback, honestly. They might need to fire Brian Daboll. They need a quarterback. They got talent on the offensive and defensive side of the football, though. They just need a quarterback like Shador Sanders or Cam Ward. Um, to and honestly, like I said before, I don't know if I said this before, but I'll say it right now. They need a quarterback like the Commanders got with Jaden Daniels. I feel like that will do wonders for the Giants with the talent that they got. But we'll see. We'll just have to wait and see, you know. But yeah, the Giants, their season was over a couple weeks ago, actually. It seems like they're just going through the motions right now. Can't say I blame them, but yeah, they look like the worst team in football right now, especially with the team that I thought would be the worst team in football, the Panthers, playing a lot better recently. Dolphins at Packers. Packers dismantled the Dolphins 30-17. Honestly, it's just an what was I gonna say? It's just a continuation of the whole headline that Tua can't get it done in cold weather. The Dolphins can't get it done in cold weather. They're a flashy team, not so much of a physical team, and it showed in this game too. They weren't able to really get anything going. I mean, they put up a better fight than they have the last few times they played in cold weather, but I still don't trust the Dolphins, especially in cold weather, which is understandable considering they're a hot weather team, you know, Miami. But yeah, we'll see what this does to their playoff chances. But as far as the Packers go, I'm a little nervous about Thursday, to be honest with you, against the Packers. Like I said, even though we're playing in Detroit, the Packers, they're a very good team, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens, you know? Friday football, Black Friday football, the second Black Friday football game in history. Last year was the first one. Last year was Jets versus Dolphins. This year was Raiders versus Chiefs. Somehow the Chiefs still find ways to win. It's crazy because they sort of have this like black magic type of voodoo shit that helps them win games. The last like minute of the game was crazy. The Raiders had the ball and they fumbled. Should have gotten a false start, but that wasn't called, and instead the Chiefs got the ball, and that was that. They found another way to win the game, but yeah, I might be I'm questioning right now. Kind of how legitimately or how legitimate the Chiefs are right now, because like I said, black magic, but you know, but we'll see. You know, we'll just have to wait and see. They're on quest to win a third one, but we'll just third one in a row to three-peat. The first time any team has ever done that. We'll just have to wait and see if that happens. But yeah, as far as the Raiders goes, they it's crazy because Antonio Pierce, I mean, I feel like it was a kind of a good decision to hire him as their coach, because the last time they had an interim coach that did pretty well, the Rich Bisaccia, they had a chance to hire him, but they didn't. They hired Josh McDaniels, which really hurt the team, but they weren't going to make the same mistake twice. So they hired Antonio Pierce, and it's crazy because at times he's a good coach, but then, especially against the Chiefs, that seems to be the matchup that that he usually coaches the best at, but the rest of the games are kind of like iffy. Personally, I think the Raiders need to blow it all up. Honestly, might need to they might need to trade Max Crosby, see if they can get a couple first round picks for him. But yeah, Raiders are in conversation to be one of the worst teams in the worst team in football, along with the Giants and the Jaguars. But it was a crazy game. Sunday football, Steelers at Bengals. The Bengals defense is one of the worst in the league, honestly, if not the worst. Joe Burrow is having an insane season. He's putting up video game type numbers, but in my opinion, but the problem is there are some times where Joe Burrow does seem to cost his team some games because he does turn the ball over, but at the same time, he's balling out of his mind right now, man. Or ladies and gentlemen, but for whatever reason, the Bengals defense is just one of the worst, even though they kind of have most of the same team they had the last few years. But I feel like the loss of Jesse Bates really hurt them. But yeah, Bengals season looks to be over. And for the Steelers, Russell Wilson balled out. He had like 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Yeah, the interception was close to the beginning of the game. He threw a pick 6 to, I think it was Cam Taylor-Britt. And then after that, Russell Wilson and the Steelers offense got into rhythm and they really balled out. And the Bengals, like I said, offensively they did everything they could to win the game, but defensively they're just completely awful. Like, it reminds me of the Saints and Drew Brees. 3 straight years they went 7-9. Drew Brees was playing at a very high level, but the problem was that the defense was one of the worst in the league. And that's kind of what's happening with the Bengals right now. The defense is, even though Joe Burrow's balling out of his mind, the defense is absolutely god-awful. So it was a great win for the Steelers. For the Bengals, yeah, like I said, their season seems to be over, as the Steelers beat the Bengals 44-38. So it was a high-scoring game. Texans at Jaguars. Trevor Lawrence was playing in this game. He got injured in the game on a dirty hit from Azeez Al-Shaair, which is costing him 3. He's gonna have a 3-game suspension starting next week. And I mean, the thing is with me, I think it was a dirty play. What makes it even worse is he led with his forearm, so that's. I feel like if it wasn't for that, you could make an argument that it was just an unfortunate situation. Because I don't know if he was intentionally trying to injure Trevor Lawrence, but still, it looked pretty bad, and I understand why they had to suspend him for 3 games. But it's hard to play defense nowadays, man, especially with guys or somebody like Patrick Mahomes. As much as I like Patrick Mahomes on and off the field, I don't agree with the way he's been kind of bending the rules, faking getting out of bounds. And it's already hard enough for the defense, so I think that personally both teams need to be flagged, and it needs to be there needs to be something done, because again, it's just hard enough to play defense nowadays, man. But the Texans, Joe Mixon is their one bright spot on the team. If it wasn't for him, their record could be worse than it is right now, the Texans. But I still don't trust the Texans, honestly, right now. They just, I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see the rest of the season. But it seems like the curse of the AFC South is kind of real because 2 years ago the Titans were looked like they were going to win the AFC South, then they collapsed and the Jaguars went on a run and won the division. Last year the Jaguars looked like the best team in the AFC South. They collapsed and the Texans took advantage, and I'm not saying that's going to happen again this year, but we'll see, the Texans have, like I said, they've been teetering recently, and the Colts are hot on their trail. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But yeah, pretty good win for the Texans and for the Jaguars. Well, Mac Jones did throw 2 touchdowns, so it was pretty good. But they're one of the worst teams in football, along with the Giants and Raiders. So although I don't think they're going to draft a quarterback because they have Trevor Lawrence under contract, but we'll see what they do with their number 1 pick in the draft. But yeah. Colts at Patriots. Colts beat the Patriots 25-24. It was a pretty good game. Anthony Richardson balled out or played pretty well again. Seems like after he came back from getting benched, he's been playing a little better. Who would have thought? But yeah, it was the Colts were able to keep pace in the division right now with the Texans, who look like they're collapsing. But we'll see if they're able to potentially win the division. I don't know if they will. I think the Texans will win it, but we'll see what happens. Titans at Commanders. The Commanders blew up the Titans 42-19. Great bounce back. A hell of a bounce back game from Jaden Daniels and the Washington Commanders. They've lost like the last 4 or 5 games up until this game, and they bounced back in a major way against the Titans. The Titans, Will Levis looked pretty good, but the defense looked absolutely awful, which seemed to be the complete opposite earlier on in the year. Seemed like the Titans' defense was great early on in the year, and the offense wasn't pulling their weight, but it seems like recently it's been the other way around. But yeah, great, like I said, great bounce back win for the Commanders. And for the Titans, special teams mistakes really cost them in this game. They had like 2 costly turnovers, special teams wise, that really cost them in this game. Seahawks at Jets. Seahawks beat the Jets 26-21. The Jets are the Jets. Aaron Rodgers looks washed. And the Seahawks, they're on a winning streak, which I figured would happen once DK Metcalf came back. I feel like he means that much to the team. Like, one thing I've witnessed or I've realized and identified is that the Seahawks play a lot better with DK Metcalf in the lineup as opposed to when he's not. And as long as he stays healthy, then the Seahawks could win a couple more games and definitely win the division. But we'll see what happens, Geno Smith had a pretty below average game in this game, but the Seahawks defense, especially Leonard Williams, he had a scoop and score that really helped the Seahawks in the towards the, or what's the word I'm looking for? My point is he really helped the Seahawks out. He used to play for the Jets, but he had a big touchdown against them that really helped them win the game. Chargers at Falcons. The Chargers often, I mean, Lad McConkey had a monster game. Justin Herbert was kind of, he wasn't great, but he wasn't terrible either. He was kind of a little above average, I'd say. Um, they need to get a few more weapons around him. Specifically a number one receiver, because Lad McConkey is good, but I don't think he's um, a number one yet. But yeah, they need to get Justin Herbert a number one receiver, and if they're able to do that, because we saw it against the Ravens, there's Quentin Johnston dropped a couple passes, and that really turned the game in the Ravens' favor. But if they're able to get a number one receiver, they could definitely challenge for the Super Bowl in the future, the near future. But we'll see. But the Falcons, they just imploded basically. The last few weeks, they're another team that seems to be collapsing right now. The Falcons. Kirk Cousins, he threw 4 interceptions in this game, and that was definitely what helped the Chargers win this game. But yeah, I never thought he was the future of the Falcons, especially with them drafting Michael Penix, which at the time I didn't really understand. But as Kirk Cousins has been playing terribly recently, it makes more sense now why they drafted him. But I don't think Kirk Cousins is going to stay in Atlanta for much longer. We'll see how the Falcons play the rest of the way, but they might have to start rip the Band-Aid off and start Michael Penix Jr. right now. But we'll see. But yeah, great win for the Chargers. Cardinals at Vikings. The Cardinals damn near beat the Vikings, but Sam Darnold and the Vikings were able to score a touchdown to Aaron Jones with about a minute left, and the defense stepped up and forced Kyler Murray into an interception that ended the game. And the Vikings keep winning. They're 10-2 right now. They're right behind the Lions. And the Cardinals, I don't know what to say about them, honestly. Yeah, I just don't know, because they got talent. That's not the problem. The problem is I just, for whatever reason, the last 2 weeks they just Kyler Murray just hasn't been playing well. Probably because he's too distracted playing Call of Duty, but you know. Sunday afternoon football, but great win for the Vikings. Sunday afternoon football. Sunday afternoon football. Eagles at Ravens. This is what's frustrating about the Ravens, is that they're so damn inconsistent. I said this before entering the game, that the Ravens could very easily destroy the Eagles, but they could also lose to them, and they lost to them in this game. Justin Tucker was a big reason why. He's in a slump right now. One of the greatest kickers of all time is in a slump. He's just missing field goals, and that definitely cost the Ravens. And not to mention Lamar Jackson and the Ravens offense. When they're on one, they're on one. They look like the best team in football when they're playing at their best. Problem is, like I said, they're so dang inconsistent. But as far as the Eagles goes, the offense didn't really play that well this game, but the defense, man, they've been number one in the league recently, since the bye week, basically, and honestly, even though I don't trust Nick Sirianni, the Eagles look like legitimate legitimate Super Bowl team, man. Honestly, I mean, they're healthy too, unlike the Lions defense, but yeah, the Eagles, man. Vic Fangio has definitely done wonders for their defense, which I figured would happen. He's a great defensive coordinator. Um, but yeah, the Eagles, man, the Eagles keep rolling. Buccaneers at Panthers. The Panthers have been playing really well recently. They almost beat the Buccaneers. But Baker Mayfield played well enough for them to win. He led them on a game winning field goal in overtime. They got the ball first, missed the field goal. Then the Panthers got the ball back, or got the ball in overtime. They fumbled the football, and the Buccaneers took advantage and scored the game-winning field goal after that. And yeah, just a disappointing loss for the Panthers, and for the Buccaneers, great win. Rams at Saints. The Rams beat the Saints 21-14. Puka Nacua had a pretty good game. And the Saints, I think Taysom Hill got injured. But this is what's frustrating with the Derek Carr is at times he looks amazing, but other times he just looks like one of the worst quarterbacks in football. But the Rams are able to go on the road and get the W, and great win for them. For the Saints, they've played pretty well recently, but just not in this game. 49ers at Bills, Sunday Night Football. The Bills set fire to the Niners, destroyed them 35-10. The Niners, they look like they're not going to be making the playoffs this year. There's a lot of injuries for them, and they're just not the same team without Trent Williams, and the guy they just got back, Christian McCaffrey, got injured and he's out for the rest of the year. So the Niners, and also it just seems like the Niners Super Bowl window seems to be closing. They got some players they need to pay soon enough, and also it's just emotional because for the Niners, they've gotten as far as the Super Bowl quite a few times, and they just weren't able to finish it off, and it just seems to have taken a little bit of a mental and emotional toll on them. But again, not to mention the injuries, but for the Packers, or not the Packers, the Bills, it would not surprise me if they ended up knocking off the Chiefs again, this time in the playoffs, and at least get to the Super Bowl. But we'll see what happens, because right now it does seem like they're the best team in the AFC, or they're playing like the best team in the AFC. And they're only a game behind the Chiefs, so they're definitely in contention for that number one seed in the AFC. But we'll see what happens. And finally, Browns at Broncos on Monday Night Football. Really, this is the whole full Jameis Winston experience. I felt it back in 2019. And yeah, Jameis Winston looked amazing, but he also looked absolutely dreadful. He had 4 touchdowns. I think 2 of those were to Jerry Jeudy. He had a big game against his former team, the Broncos, but Jameis Winston also had 3 interceptions. 2 of them were pick sixes, which definitely helped out the Broncos. And yeah, like I said, this game just encapsulated the whole Jameis Winston experience. He's got very high highs, but he's also got very low lows. Gotta love Jameis Winston, but for the Broncos, great win for them. Defense played amazing. Well, they scored 2 touchdowns, so they played. They definitely play better than the offense for the Broncos, but yeah, like I said, great win for them as they continue their playoff run right now, and for the Browns, their team, honestly, they might have to get rid of a few players because they're. I've looked at their cap. It looks like they're going to be in the negatives, unless they get rid of a few players. But yeah, like I said, great win for the Broncos, and it was a great week of football. Excited to see what happens week 14, and I'll catch y'all on my next video. Deuces.